Here today. My name is IJ, and this is my channel, Tell IJ. And this is sort of impromptu just to bring you guys a quick news of one of our favorite Bravo housewives. But before I go ahead, if this is your first time, please hit the like button, subscribe to support my channel, and share this video with your friends and family so they get to know about my channel. And over here, I talk about topical issues, travel, culture, some stories, and of course, occasional commentary on a lot of the Bravo channels. And today I bring to you the recent news that we've just heard from United States. Karen Hoga, one of the Real Housewives from Potomac. Apparently, Karen had an accident on the 19th of March, just a couple of days ago, going home from somewhere and veered off across the road and smashing into some kind of tree, apparently. And we are told that the Maserati, 2017 Maserati she was driving was totally crashed. And so it goes on to tell us that after the car crash, she was arrested and later released. And of course, a person from Montgomery County Police Department quoted as saying that it appears that the car crossed a median and struck street signs, and the driver was Karen Huger, who was taken into custody and transported to the second district station in Battersea for driving under the influence of alcohol. Now, people, this is not the first time we are hearing of another real housewife who has been arrested, I beg your pardon, with DUI, and one has to question, is this something in the water with all these real housewife shows? And we've seen Karen in the last 3-4 seasons where she becomes very defensive with Giselle and the other ladies and telling them she has no problem with alcohol. I like to believe that Karen really hasn't got such a deep problem with alcohol, but I personally have a problem with all this bravity or celebrities, whatever you want to call them, with all the money they make. If you know you're going somewhere to enjoy yourself or to drink or for whatever reason, why don't you save your life and other people's lives potentially? Use an Uber, hire a chauffeur. It's not as if these people cannot afford it. So personally, it's rather disappointing to come to hear that such a lovely lady we all have come to love, Karen Huger, who is 60 but looks rather more like 40s and certainly very stylish. I mean, I hope personally when I'm 60, I will look as pretty as Karen, but I'm very disappointed to hear, in my own opinion, that she has been arrested or was arrested in Montgomery County. And according to details, she will be going to the Maryland Judiciary where the records were, we kind of understand the records are kept and where she'll be going for her charges. And that is very sad. But apparently, including the reckless driving and the charges that was thrown at Karen by the police includes reckless driving, driving a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, negligent driving of a vehicle in a careless and imprudent manner. And it goes on again to include the fact that she was tested and found to be over the limits of alcohol. And of course, some certain people talked about Karen allegedly making statements that she had had some lunch with some ladies and they were talking about some sensitive things and she missing her mother. Now, some people will ask, how long? Don't get me wrong. We understand Karen was close to her parents, like many of us are. We understand it's very painful to lose your parents, but how long will Karen continue to use the death or passing of her mother, who, bless her soul, She was a woman in many cultures. You would say she lived her life to the fullest and she had a great quality life. So apparently, Karen allegedly indicated that she was feeling rather raw about missing her mom coming close to Mother's Day. For those of you in the United States, I understand Mother's Day is in May, whereas in the UK and most parts of the world or Africa, we just celebrated Mother's Day. So could this possibly be the reason why Karen got drunk and got behind the wheel and crashed her Maserati? I don't know. I'd love to hear from you and your comment and what you feel about all the celebrities that, like I said, whether you know you're going to drink too much or not drink too much. Personally, I don't think people should drink too much. People should know their limits. And with all the money in the world, why don't you get yourself a chauffeur or use an Uber? Well, all I can say personally is that I am genuinely grateful that Karen, apparently, despite the big damage to the vehicle, which apparently is written off, will not be, or rather, came out unscathed. So thank God she did not break any bones. She did not, whatever, harm herself in any way. And one would hope that this will be a lesson to other people and other housewives who think they will know better. And unfortunately, one of the charges also included failure to control the vehicle speed on the highway to avoid collision, which you can imagine, well, it could be a number of things. She claimed she thought, or she was crying coming back from lunch, and she thought or saw a vehicle coming straight for her, and she was trying to avoid it, and that was why she went across the median and crashed. Well, I'll leave you to judge that one. And of course, one of the charges also included driving a vehicle in excess of reasonable and prudent speed on a highway, and driving a vehicle on a highway with suspended registration. Now, what's that all about? If she had a suspended registration, well, that I don't know. I suppose we'll wait and see. Well, all I can say personally is rather unfortunate because I do personally like Karen. I see her as a very stylish 60-year-old, well articulated, and we've all come to love and respect her. And all I can say here is, again, thank God she did not harm herself. And she later came on TMZ, as I understand, to make a statement as follows, thanking people, quote and unquote, thank you all for your prayers and your well wishes during this very frightening experience. Of course, it is frightening to Karen. And she goes on to almost like she was preaching, I'm still in shock from last night's incident, but grateful to be here today with the passing of my beloved mother. And life feels like a turbulence of waves, according to her, approaching Mother's Day and what have you. Again, is this sounding like an excuse to you, or is it really maybe something bigger Karen might be going through? I don't know. But what I do know, and for any of you listening out there and all of us, is that people must learn to treat drink driving very seriously. At the end of the day, I mean, we all have one life to live. It could have been worse than it was, but all we can say for the sake of Karen and her wonderful husband, Ray, and all those who love her, is that she did not do more harm to herself. That's all I really can say. And she came out later to say, that she's just grateful to be alive, and that she received citations, one of which was unrelated to the incident but understandable. So maybe it's to do with the registration thing. We don't know. All we can say is we wish Karen the best, and we wait to see what the judiciary in Maryland would come out to, or what sentence they will give Karen. And I think coming up with a reunion, as you all know, if you've been following The Real Housewife of Potomac, it's going to be an embarrassment. And who knows, someone like Giselle with her bad mouth and bad attitude, she probably will use this against Karen. But I'm sure Karen is very much aware and ready for the ladies. And so, on this note, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and of course, share this video with your friends and family if you like what you've heard. And please don't forget, the like button is free, just so the algorithm gets to pick up pace and let other people like yourself know and enjoy the video. And of course, when I do upload new videos, you'll be amongst the first to know. On this note, my name is AJ. Sorry if you're not seeing my face. It's deliberate because this is impromptu. I'm not ready to, I'm not really made up to see you guys. Although I don't have to wear a lot of makeup, I'm just chilling and thought I'd bring this to all you guys who love everything about the Real Housewife of Potomac. Okay, thank you again. I'm signing out. My name is IJ, and thank you so much again for stopping by, and let me know your comments in the comment box. And until next time, bye-bye.